to see there's a few. Oh, 7. Oh, look at that. All of a sudden, the floodgates of Cariad are opening up. Anyway, welcome everybody. Lee here, as you already probably know. Lee the old, I think I'm Lee the shop today, I think. And welcome to Roy, our friend Roy here, who works for a very well-known recovery company. Breakdown company. Yeah, so Roy has to do the horrid job, don't you? Just turn my volume off on my little tablet here. You have to do the horrid job of going into people's cars or in people's cars when they break down. Or when they go through a Ford and they're not supposed to.
Yes, so then they wonder why I can't.
And when you advise them not to, they still do it anyway. So that's what poor old Roy has to do. Now then, Roy is not a drummer that has been on tour with a big band in the world or anything, are you, Roy? Roy was 50 years of age when he decided one day to have a think about playing drums. So let us know, Roy, what you did when you first came down here.
Well, it started off my wife bought me a small compact drum kit because she'd always realised that I would tap along and I would pick out what's what. But because I've suffered with dyslexia and different things like that, I never thought I could do it. So the first time I came down here, I did a job across the road and then I bottled out and I didn't come in. And then I bottled out a second time, but on the third time, I did venture into this shop.
Lovely.
And walked through these doors. I'd found it by the advertising outside, you could tell straight away.
Yeah.
And I walked into here and all I really wanted to know is, could I play the drums? And I was spoken to with a lot of respect from everybody here. And in a short space of time, I had bought the book, went back, got the bug, and then phoned up and booked a lesson. Yeah,
look at that. And when we say the book, that was a little grade book that you looked at in the introduction.
Let's Drum, the very first one.
Yeah, excellent. So the reason we got Roy on, we try into, as I said, with this live Thursday, excuse me, is to reach out to folk. There are so many people that will have inhibitions or will have something that really they battle with, and it prevents them from doing the things they would like to do. And walking into a drum shop when the people that are in there as their job can be very, very intimidating, can't it? Big instrument, a lot of equipment, plus there's these folk that are in there talking drums all the time, and it can be almost embarrassing. To be honest with you, that's why we decided, as people have seen our videos, that's where we decided, or that's the 3 Ds, it's me, myself and I, decided to put the rooms in, because what it allows is if a drum wants to come in and try a product out, but you don't want to try it in front of everybody, you might not feel very comfortable, you can just go into there, try the product quietly, cup of tea and all the rest of it, but also for students. So if it's your first time ever, and coming in for the first time at the age of 50, you get all of the worries, don't you? Am I too old? Should I this? Will I ever take it up? Should have done it before? And all of that. So the beauty is, we go in the room with there, nice and quiet, nobody's bothered with it. And so do you still feel the same about the place?
No, I'll be honest, I can't go past it without popping in, and no, I'm very, very relaxed with coming. Yeah. It's you and everybody here has always made me feel very welcome. I've never felt judged or put down or anything. I'm very comfortable with this shop.
Yeah. So, and obviously that's what we intended to do. That it's about reaching out to people that have a love for this, but have just never tried it. So we got some product, and we're going to explain a little bit of that in a minute or two of why we got UFO 2-box here, some mesh heads. We'll have a little discussion on that in a second. I think what we'll do, we'll mention first of all the fact you said you suffered with dyslexia, but you still do. So taking an exam is a huge thing for you, wasn't it? So after leaving school, etc., the thought of ever doing exams would be big, wouldn't
I
it?
stayed away from anything. I went on the building sites. I did anything with my hands. I worked as a mechanic. Anything to stay away from exams.
Yes.
Anything read and writing, I just stayed away from.
And then you came here, and then I said, you should go for your grades.
You did say you should go for
Yes. And then we had a discussion, didn't we, of, well, there's this problem. And then we had the discussion of, well, what happens if you could put 30 years behind you now and go for it? But there's something funny about this in a minute that I will explain. So we decided, didn't we? Why not? Okay, it's grade 1, but everybody, grade 1, 2, 3, and you work your way up. But an achievement was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So let us know then what happened when you decided you're going to go for your grade 1. So we did it all. We worked really hard over a year, didn't we, to get it? Because, you know, Roy's just worked so hard at trying to achieve something with drums day in, day out. He plays all the time, but it's fighting all of those, you know, inner issues sometimes, isn't it? Knowing you're brewing towards doing a grade 1 exam in your drums. So all this history is now coming to the fore. And then who sat next to you when you went for your exam?
Well, I built up the courage, and I got into the exam place, and I was thinking, okay, quite relaxed. I was trying to relax, and there was this young lad sitting next to me, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and then he had his sticks and his book, and then he said to me, he said, have you come to do your exam? And I was like, yes. He said, no, I've come to do your exam. And he said, I'm doing a grade 5. What are you doing? And I went, oh, no. I said, I'm just doing a grade 1. And then he looked at me and he went, grade 1? And I couldn't help it, and I'm not proud of it, but the response I had is, yes, a grade 1, but I drove here in my car, but you got your mummy to bring you. And then suddenly realised the defence system, I was dissing a small child just before we was going in the exam. So it's not something I'm proud of, but it happened.
Well, we laugh every time with that. That's great, isn't it? Oh, you thought of that, I never know. But, you know, anyway, you went in and you thought, before I mention this, the dyslexia, because you did your HGV, didn't you?
Yeah.
And again, that thought, what happens with your HGV the first time round?
The first time round the HGV, it just all went to absolute pop. It just
and you knew, didn't you, straight away?
Straight away. As soon as I done it, I knew everything had gone wrong. I knew it. I couldn't remember stuff. It just wouldn't come out. I knew it was wrong. I failed it. Miserable.
But then you went in and you passed.
And then I went back again the second time I did it.
So did that happen with your drums?
No, the first time I went in, I must admit, and I smashed it and got a distinction, and I was over the moon with it.
Excellent. And I see it's about everybody's story, and as I said, the fact that, you know, you suffered with dyslexia, it wasn't recognised properly, and it was just, you just pushed to the side, and then you have to live with that, don't you? And you have to live with that, the confidence or lack of confidence. But then to go in and do your grade 1 and come out with your, I always remember, because we took a photograph with your certificate, and you were prouder than that young lad, weren't you? You were like proud as punch.
I was in school and stuff. You was always put in the remedial classes, and then you're told you won't get this, you won't do that. But just going in there and doing that test, I must admit I was extremely proud to come out.
Smashed it.
Yeah.
And see, so it's achievable. And then, how has this made you feel? You mentioned about your confidence, just playing drums, playing music.
I always remember straight from the beginning. I couldn't work out, and I sat and watched you, and I'd say, how do you get this leg, this foot to do something completely different from this one? Because I couldn't get my head around that. And I'd got to a stage, I remember I could do that, and that was fine, but watching you and watching how they did it, I could not get past that. But slowly but surely, and just doing it in such a place where it was relaxed, and just keep doing it, just keep enjoying it. It's now...
Love it.
I love it, yeah. And I do sometimes sit back and think to myself, yeah, well, this hand's doing one thing, this is doing something different, this is doing something. And even that for myself is a personal achievement.
And would you say in confidence overall that going for it and going for your exam and all the rest, it just lifted your confidence?
I would say the whole thing with the whole experience, the drums I love, coming here I love, being the people we talk to, the different musicians and that around, it is almost like a different family, a different attitude.
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter what you can accomplish. You can be on a level 1 or a level 8, and it's just enjoying the music and enjoying the kit.
And Roy comes in, and what does your wife say?
Please be back by tea time.
And that's you coming in at 9:30
Yes,
in the morning.
I try and book the early slot so I can at least be back before the kids are over. But she's now learned that she'll pick the kids up, but don't forget there's tea time.
Because Roy will have his lesson, but we do have a chat, and we is, you know, camaraderie in it and all that.
Chat.
Over a cup of tea, we have the lesson, and then Roy will just go for it then, when you and spend a bit of time in the room and go for it when I turn in to leave the spray or whatever it is, and he just loves it. And it's great, and it makes us feel so proud. As I keep saying, we if you like, one of the smaller shops, although it's grown a lot. But it's just about the enthusiasm of this and what this can do. So we're going to talk briefly about why we've got Pearl, UFO and some mesh heads. So you obviously can't make too much noise at home.
No, kids in the house.
So what did we do for you?
You made a hybrid. We refurbished an old kit. You sprayed it up. You made the units that went inside the systems. And you went for the two-box system. So then I can flick over to electric, put the earphones on, have it quiet, and then on a Saturday afternoon when everybody is out, I can pull the headphones out and I can make some noise.
Blast it through the speakers. So just in case there's any newer ones, those that may not understand, the problem is with the drum kit, it's a live instrument, obviously. It's playing saxophone, playing trumpets, you know, these styles of instruments, or a drum kit, it's live, so it obviously moves air and it causes a certain volume. So if you are stuck in a house, what we did for Roy, as we said, is that we had a pre-loved Pearl kit, Session Studio, I believe, and then we sprayed it into the black and silver. And what we then did is to put the mesh heads. We tend to use the Z twin or triples, but we put the mesh heads. You can get them in the black or the white. They are lovely. Then obviously that kills off all the sound. We then use the UFO, you bought those as well, didn't you? UFO quiet cymbals. So Roy can either use those for the feel, or you can use the two box cymbals that you see there, the electronic ones. And we put all the triggers in, as he mentioned. It's on our website of some of the stuff that we do regarding the triggers and all the rest of it. So we triggered it all. You was our first customer actually to go for it and do the full conversion, triggered it all, and Roy loves his drum kit to the point that you come down and you look at it, do you, every day?
Oh, I can't walk through the room, yes. I do say morning and good night and everything to it, and yes, I do talk to it.
And that's love, that's passion. So there are ways of toning the drums down if you want a full drum kit in the house for the looks, for the love, but you can't have the volume. So always give us a ring, give us a message, have a look on our website and we can advise you. And these are the UFO with 1,000 holes in them, and they're nice and quiet. So they're really nice actually. I find the UFO ones, lovely colour in the chrome, but they actually got a tone to each one of them, so I really like them. And then you've fallen in love with Pearl as a setup, haven't you? And you've looked at the Pearl hardware. Yeah. You spot yourself, didn't you? Or you've been spot with a double pedal.
I have, yes. I started off with a single pedal and I love that. And then for Christmas, my wife has kindly bought me a double pedal. And then she's also pushed it to the correct hi-hat.
Yeah, we've got the 1050 hi-hat. Actually, it's the next one, which is the two legs, but it's okay. The 1050 hi-hat, they're beautiful. But I do find the red line from Pearl really smooth. You can change the cams and everything is really nice. I use these really good pedals, extremely well built. I think anyone that knows Pearl drums know that the hardware has always been really good. All the hardware, the stands and everything. 75 years of Pearl now. They've got their anniversary kit out, which is the President Series. I believe that before that, Pearl made hardware and parts for other companies. and then they decided to look. And we had the President Series here, which customer has taken, and it was absolutely beautiful, wasn't it? What a beautiful kit, and the detail and the smoothness of all the little tension rods was second to none. So really good. So if you love Pearl products, or you'd like to know more about Pearl products, jump on our website. This is the Masters Maple Complete. Really hard to beat at that price point. Fantastic kit. And of course all the hardware. So it's all there. We've got some Sabian hats on the symbols at the back on display. And then the toolbox. And the toolbox brain is really, really good. It's well respected within the drumming community. So that's on our website as well. Toolbox Drum It 3 or Drum It 5. Check that out as well. So there we are. We're nearly done. So thank you all. Hello, Paul Edger. Thank you for visiting as you do. And Dusty Miller. Are we early or are you late? Oh, I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I don't even know what time it is, Dusty, honestly. But thanks for popping on again and sending a message. We've got a few more on this week than last week. And the spillover, which means when it goes up onto YouTube in a couple of hours, the first little video I did a little bit, and then with Mark it went up again, and then I think this one will go up again, and it'll keep growing week by week. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Really appreciate it. I'm slowly getting better. I've got my little live chat open here, but there's one more little thing that we want to mention, which is quite comical, because there's a little word or a name. It's called Frankie. And Frankie is Roy's son. Now what it is Frankie never really, he sort of dabbled a bit, didn't he? He didn't really take.
For a while.
Roy has worked solid for 2 years. And by the way, he's going for his grade 2 soon. So he's done really well and worked his socks off. And then what did Frankie do?
Frankie sat on the drum kit and then just got the book and just said, yeah, I can do this.
And just did it.
Just did it. Didn't see what the worry was about.
So this is father and son in it, where it's sort of, son, I would give my life for you and I love you, but...
And he's already said that when he's a rock star, he won't look after me, he'll look after his mum, but he's not going to look after me.
And he's also said he's asking, is he better than you already?
Yeah, he's good, you know, he knows that grade 1 is easy, grade 2 doesn't want to worry.
But when you come down for your lessons here, you drive.
I do drive, yes.
Yeah,
and
he
I
can't get down there grade 2.
He has to go to school.
So Frankie's going to go in for his grade 1 as well, and he is fair play. He is on the ball, isn't he?
He did. We
really
came down to watch you rehearsing, and you were,
of course.
And you were kind enough to let him go on the drums, which you thought was going to be a couple of minutes. And 10 minutes later, we could not get him off, and everybody in the band was jamming with him, and he absolutely loved it.
I know.
Absolutely.
So he had Richie Funky Bass from down west, and Richie's lovely. Richard Jones, he was playing the bass with Frankie, and he was gone when he put motionless. And then we said, oh, well done, Frankie, well done. And he thought he paused, he only counted for 4 and straight back in. And then we all had a cup of tea, and we waited, he's still going.
He's still going.
But great. Best day of his life, he said.
Yeah,
so Frankie, hi. But your dad's still good, remember, he's still good. So that's it, boys and girls. How long have we been on for? There we are, about 20 minutes again. So we hope you enjoy it. And if you're watching this after the event, try and join in live on a Thursday for now. We might in the new year, talk with Roy about it, maybe Thursday isn't the best, and I might move it to a Monday or Tuesday if more people can join us there, but it doesn't matter because it's really good. The companies really appreciated it. They say that they like the fact that we are doing this. And from our point of view, again, it's all about stories like Roy's. We got a lot of customers with stories to tell, and I think that's so important because I remember having such a gap from playing drums. To come back was so daunting. I always remember looking for videos, and certain videos I think, I can sort of work with that video, you know, I understand it, I connect with it is the word I was looking for. And that's what we're hoping to do. So thank you, Roy, for coming to see us.
My pleasure. Keep
on going. Next video, he'll be doing his grade 4, and then the next video after that, he'll be doing his grade 8.
Oh, Frankie will probably be sitting here on the next.
We will see. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Check out all the products on cariaddrumshop.com. My daughter is working her socks off and all the banners changing and the whole way the shop is looking. And one final thing, Lee the Spray does apologise because we have had to do so much in here, website work, repicking from obviously the lockdown, getting all the students back in, changing the shop. The uptake has knocked us a little which is good, pulled us in time-wise, but we're working like mad to get back through all the stuff to do with the spraying and all the rest. We just got to keep working hard. So take care, over and out. Thank you very much. Ciao.
Ciao.
How do I turn it off?